Since Spider-Man made his big screen debut in 2002, there have been a lot of Spideys, and a lot of Spidey movies too, including Tom Holland's MCU version of the Wall Crawler. So now that his latest solo film, Far From Home, is out, it's time once again to rank the Spider-Man movies. And yes, that includes all the times he's hung out with the Avengers. Let's web this thing up.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
We have to at least mention Avengers Endgame, even if Peter was dusted for most of the film. He's not in it quite enough to merit a full ranking on our list, but hey, old Webhead does have a great little sequence trying to escape with the Stark Gauntlet, and he's present for his mentor Iron Man's death scene. I'm not crying, you're crying, let's move on. There's something in my eye anyway, just back off.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm running a bit late. I got stuck in some traffic.
This is the one that killed the Andrew Garfield franchise after just 2 films, leading Sony to broker a deal with Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man 2 features another heartfelt performance from Garfield as Peter Parker, and it brings the death of Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy to the screen in a heart-wrenching manner. But it also gets mired in a convoluted backstory involving Peter's parents. Jamie Foxx's Electro is a lame version of Jim Carrey's Riddler, and all the Sinister Six setup is distracting, and ultimately a dead end anyway. The Amazing Spider-Man's approach to the franchise reboot was underwhelming, giving us yet another origin story just 10 years after the last one, and 5 years after Spider-Man 3. Its saving grace is the pairing of Garfield and Stone, whose romance left audiences captivated, even while Spidey's battle against the Lizard is pretty much a non-starter. It didn't help that this version of Spider-Man is kind of a jerk, too. Despite the massive amount of dough this trilogy capper made, Spider-Man 3 suffers from its sizable cast, most notably the shoehorning in of Venom. Oh, and Peter Parker actually punches his girlfriend in the face. Not exactly a recipe for success. Still, there's some cool stuff here, like Thomas Hayden Church's fantastic, if underused, Sandman, and the continuing thread of the Harry-Peter emotional roller coaster, which is finally paid off in this film.
None of that matters, Peter. You're my friend.
Nice job, kid.
Thanks. Well, I could have stuck the landing a little better. It's just a new suit. Wait, it's nothing. Mr. Stark, it's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't really need to start a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, we're making the leap from not great Spidey movies to pretty awesome Spidey movies now. The Wall Crawler made his highly anticipated MCU debut in Civil War, which, yes, we know is not a Spider-Man standalone film. But Spidey is arguably the best thing in the movie. He not only steals Cap's shield, he pretty much steals the movie too. Tom Holland captures what makes teenager Peter Parker such a sweet, great hero and leaves the audience wanting more. Marvel managed to reboot the character in a fresh and exciting way and make fans excited to see the web slinger on the big screen again.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go.
Civil War may have introduced Tom Holland's new Spider-Man, but Infinity War truly fleshed him out as an integral part of the MCU. Not only does he get the best snap death scene, but his relationship with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is also one of the core aspects of Infinity War, as Tony grapples with the idea of fatherhood, or at least father figurehood, and then loses his surrogate son who literally slips away through his fingers. There's a lot going on in Infinity War, but Peter's desire to not just impress Tony Stark, but also to just do the right thing is one of the film's key components. Plus, we finally got to see the Iron Spider suit.
Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here.
Happy trails, kid. Friday, send him home.
Yep. Oh, come on!
Wait. Thanks.
If Blade launched the new wave of superhero movies and X-Men made them viable, Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man launched them into the stratosphere. The dynamic between Peter, Norman, Harry, and Mary Jane is incredibly well played, but more importantly, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is identifiable and his origin is handled perfectly. The movie itself is a fantastic superhero yarn, but it's worth noting the film came less than a year after the 9/11 attacks. It gave us a true hero to root for in an increasingly cynical time, and the movie's incorporation of the spirit of New York City became one of its defining aspects.
Hey, could you hold this for a second? Thanks. Hey, is this anybody's bike?
As with the very best of the wall crawlers Marvel stories, Spider-Man Homecoming is a winning combination of a fun superhero adventure with a heartwarming story about a regular kid dealing with some very relatable issues. It's a sweet, witty, briskly paced romp that captures everything that's made Peter Parker and his costumed alter ego such a lovable and enduring character for over half a century. Plus, positioning the film as a high school movie in the vein of a John Hughes film gives it a unique and welcome flavor.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What? I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work. Because I am going on vacation.
Spider-Man Far From Home is a grandly entertaining culmination of the MCU wall crawler's journey to date. Thanks to its sweet humor, clever commentary, and deft action set pieces, Far From Home continues the journey of Peter Parker from kid hero to Tony Stark's successor. The movie sets the table for some exciting adventures ahead for Spider-Man and his place in the MCU, pitting him against an antagonist who preys on Peter Parker's fears and insecurities in ways no other villain quite has yet. Far From Home ends Marvel's Phase 3 with a hell of a bang, thrusting its young wall crawler into a treacherous but hugely exciting new era.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Come on. How many more spider people are there?
Save us for Comic-Con.
What's Comic-Con? Let's go! Whoa.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse's expansion into the realm of the multiverse basically allows for a Spider-Man Avengers, for a lack of a better term, opening up a whole new world for Miles Morales and Peter Parker to explore. Taking a bold departure from the Pixar animation style we've come to expect from mainstream animated films, Into the Spider-Verse delivers a dynamic, visual experience unlike any other.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet.
Upon its release, Spider-Man 2 became the new superhero movie by which all others would be judged. The film pit the web-slinger against Dr. Octopus, who was given his own emotional journey from Peter's mentor to supervillain. But the movie also encompasses Spider-Man in a way no other Spidey movie has, showing the character's true struggle with being a hero and being a man, inspiring hope in the city and sacrificing his own happiness. It's a complex journey for every single character involved, and it's all balanced with utterly thrilling action sequences. This is a Spider-Man movie that delivers on every level, and it's yet to be topped.